Hello and welcome back. In the last two episodes, we talked about over 2.5 and under 2.5 predictions and how you should be using them from our mobile apps. In this particular episode, we'll be talking about over 1.5 and under 3.5 predictions. Let's start. So, to be able to create this presentation, we've looked at the past 4,000 predictions from our mobile apps. And the particular focus is going to be on over 1.5 and under 3.5 predictions. Obviously, when we talk about over 1.5 and under 3.5, we are talking about the total goals in each and every game that we already talked about in our previous episodes. So here's an example. You are maybe seeing such a game in the app itself from the Japanese J1 League, and the home team has actually won the game by 3-0. For our predictions, especially for under and over predictions, you actually see numbers for under 2.5 and over 2.5 here. But the same predictions can actually be used even for over 1.5 or under 3.5, meaning that in most cases, having high accuracy on under 2.5 and over 2.5 goals, it is quite hard. Odds tend to be much higher as well for such bets, but the accuracy, having a high accuracy on such predictions is a big challenge actually. In this particular case, the algorithms are actually expecting less than 2.5 total goals in the game, because the prediction of under 2.5 was only is actually 58.8%, which is bigger than the prediction of over 2.5 goals, and the odd of it was actually 1.85. But the end result happened to be 3-0, which makes this prediction fail for under 2.5. But what this number actually says is that the algorithms are not really expecting that many goals from this game. Going for under 2.5 is an option, but another option is to go for under 3.5, which is a somewhat safer option to go for, and you can actually expect much higher accuracy from such predictions or from such bets. In this case, if the under 2.5 versus over 2.5 predictions, which one is bigger? In this case, it is under 2.5, which is the final prediction, but going for under 3.5 is going to be safer. And if you actually press on this game within the app, you're going to see this kind of window here where it is giving you lots of statistical insights if you scroll down on this particular screen. So if we just focus on the over-under prediction itself here, our main prediction is actually under 2.5 with 58.8% prediction confidence, and the odd itself was 1.85, and this prediction failed because in total there are 3 goals in the game itself. But on the other hand, just beneath that we have another field here where it says safer option under 3.5 for the same prediction confidence obviously, but if you go for under 3.5 goals, the odd itself is going to be 1.33, and in this case the prediction actually is correct. It may still happen that for example, the final prediction is under 2.5 and going for under 3.5 is a safer option, but maybe, things develop in a way so that, the teams score more than 3, more than 4, even sometimes if you are very unlucky, more than 5 goals in the game, so that both predictions actually fail. But generally speaking, what you're going to see is that the accuracy of such safer options is going to be much higher compared to under 2.5. But on the other hand, if you compare the odds themselves, 1.85 versus 1.33, the odd itself is much lower. This under 2.5 and over 2.5, they are giving relatively higher odds if you go for them, but the accuracy is going to be, somewhat lower. And for the safer options, the accuracy will be higher, but on the other hand, the odds tend to be much lower as well. So creating a separate coupons for each and every safe bet, such safe bet, in this case under 3.5, is maybe a sort of overkill because the odds themselves are quite, quite low. But combining such predictions with some other predictions and placing maybe, multiple bets in the same coupon, it's it sort of helps increasing the, total odd of the coupon itself. If you have a bet with the odd, 2.05, let's say, for the sake of example, and if you also add this option here under 3.5, which is 1.33, the total odd of the coupon is going to be 2.05 times 1.33, which is obviously much higher than 2.05 alone. So this was an example about under 3.5 goals, total goals. What about over 1.5? The concept is actually similar. So we are looking at an example game here from Danish Superliga. If we focus on the over and under predictions here, this time the over 2.5 is the expected prediction. And the odd itself is 1.57. What we see here is that the result itself is 0-2. Actually, the away team won the game, right? But in total, we only had 2 goals in total. The algorithm was expecting more than 2.5 goals, at least 3 or more. But it ended up with the result that, there were only 2 goals in total. So this prediction actually failed as well. But if we press on this game, we are going to see a similar, page, similar to the one that we saw in the previous slide, where we are going to be able to see, some information about over/under prediction as well. The final prediction was over 2.5 with the odd 1.57 and confidence was 57.5%. And this prediction actually failed, as you see, because there are only 2 goals in the game. But if we had gone for the safer option, which is, as you can see in this box here, the dotted box, safer option over 1.5 with the same prediction confidence, but the odd itself is 1.17, and this prediction was correct. You may think that the odd itself is very low here, yes, but for such safer, methods or options where, the algorithm itself is expecting quite a lot of goals in the game, but maybe it doesn't have to be the case. Maybe it's not the case just in this game, and teams do not really score that many goals as expected by the algorithms. But instead of 3, there's going to be at least 3 goals the algorithms are expecting with this prediction confidence, obviously. But the reality is that there are only 2 goals, and over 1.5 predictions still holds. Compared to over 2.5 predictions, you are going to see much higher accuracy for over 1.5 predictions, and such stats are actually available under the stats tab. And there's actually a lot of information there that you can check out. You can see the accuracy results per prediction confidence interval, and you can also check the accuracy results per soccer league from different countries and regions around the world. So in short, the accuracy itself is going to be much higher, but the odds are going to be lower. And the same strategy or approach should actually apply here as well. Maybe the odds themselves are too low to use in one single coupon as it is, but maybe it can be complementary. Since you are expecting a somewhat higher accuracy from such predictions, you can maybe combine this with some other predictions that you make as well. So I'm going to show you some, statistical information in terms of which leagues so far have been the most profitable for over 1.5 and under 3.5 goals. But please remember that, these are only past performance results, and past performance doesn't guarantee any future results. And the information that I'm showing here is actually not that important either, because this information is updated all the time as more games are played, and these numbers, this sequence is going to be changing as well. And if you press on the games under the Pro section, for example, Pro tab within the application, and there you're going to see a lot of statistical insights. And for the relevant leagues that have been or teams that have been relatively profitable for such bets like over 1.5 or over 2.5 and so on, you're going to find relevant information there if the leagues or the teams have been returning good results for given betting predictions. In this case, for over 1.5 in particular, what we see here is that the FA Cup from England has been the most profitable one. We've had 6 predictions from this league so far, and with 100% accuracy actually. And I actually remember that the same number for over 2.5 goals, we had 5 correct predictions out of 6. But if we had gone for over 1.5, then what we see that, the 100% accuracy so far from such predictions. And the average profit is basically, we said before that, you don't have to go in that way. But if you make a separate coupon, just to explain the thing, there are 6 different predictions, and obviously the games were not played at the same time. If you make a separate coupon for each and every prediction, your average profit will be 25.5%, which means that the average odd actually of these predictions was 1.25-ish kind of. So that is why you see this number here. And also, if you, let's say, there were 6 such predictions, if we had invested, $1 for each, then what we would get back after investing in $6, we would get back 1.53 net profit. With other words, we are investing, $6 in it, or risking here, and we are getting back 6 plus 1.53, $7.53 for the sake of example. And the other leagues that have returned good results so far, based on the games that we've looked at, it is Serie B from Italy, Liga Professional from Argentina, Libertadores from South America, the second Bundesliga from Germany, Champions League, Allsvenskan, A-League, Serie A, HNL, and Super League from Switzerland. What about under 3.5? Now we are looking at results for under 3.5, the most profitable league so far. Again, we said that you're not supposed to, or at least it doesn't make mathematical sense actually to go for such safer bets alone in single coupons, but you can combine them with other things because accuracy tends to be somewhat higher. In this accuracy column here, you're seeing numbers that that are relatively high. So for example, from American MLS, we've had 35 predictions so far, where the prediction itself was under 3.5. And if we had gone for all these predictions, $1 each, if you invest $1 in each and every prediction, you will be spending $35, and we will get back as profit, net profit, so to say, $6.93. In total, 35 point. We are risking here basically, 35, then we are getting back 35 plus 693 back, and the average profit is 19.8%. The other leagues that have returned good results lately, it is Superliga from Denmark and the second Bundesliga again from Germany, A-League, Super League, and Czech League from Czech Republic, the Libertadores again, Jupiler Pro League from Belgium, the Pro League from Saudi Arabia, Primeira Liga from Portugal, and Allsvenskan from Sweden. I'm only showing you here the profitable leagues. There are obviously a number of leagues that haven't returned good results, and the result was negative. And again, this list doesn't mean anything. This list keeps changing, and based on the latest results, as you tap on different games under the Pro tab, you'll be able to see different insights for different leagues or the teams, and the leagues and the teams, if those leagues and the teams happen to be profitable lately, you're going to be seeing some statistical information there, as I illustrated and presented in my previous episodes. And here's an example. So we are looking at a game between Boca Juniors and River Plate from Argentina. So by the time, when this prediction was active, the game didn't have any result yet. So I don't know if this prediction was correct or not, to be honest. But it doesn't matter really. What we see here is some statistical information. So what we see is that, the River Plate is the away team here. And we have some stats for River Plate. It says only away. Only away means, when River Plate is the away team, We had two such predictions where the prediction itself was over 2.5. Expectation is that there's going to be more than two goals in the game in total, and both predictions were correct. And the return itself was 2.95 if you had invested $1 on each prediction, and the net return would be 147.5%. For Boca Juniors, in this case, it doesn't matter if the Boca Juniors is the away team or the home team. It says any side. And the prediction, we had two such predictions where the prediction itself was over 2.5 for the total goals and 100% accuracy again. And for the safer option here, if the prediction is over 1.5, we had 12 such predictions from the Argentinian league here, and 9 of them were correct with 75% accuracy, and we had a return of plus 10.1%. So if we had good results lately from the relevant teams of the league itself, so you're going to be seeing this kind of information if you tap on the games. If you don't see such cards here, it means that the predictions didn't really return good results lately, and that's why we are not mentioning them in the statistical insights section. And again, these numbers do not guarantee anything in terms of the result of the game itself. What it says is that, how the predictions have performed lately, so that it can give you additional insights when you're going to decide which game to go for if you're betting on them, basically. So see Wise prediction is an analytical tool. It doesn't mean that it's going to predict future with 100% accuracy all the time. This is just a mathematical tool. And that's it. We've talked about over 1.5 and under 3.5 predictions. And Wise Prediction mobile app is available in both Apple App Store and Google Play Store, and links are available in the description below. We are also making our predictions available at our website at wiseprediction.com if you prefer to use the web version. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.